Hey, 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 what is going on, everybody? It is Candace Byrd Davis, super fired up, super excited to be with you guys on this amazing Monday evening. So I'm going to give you guys just a few minutes to chime in. As I promised, I would come to you guys live with a Q&A, a Monday night mastermind, I guess we would call it. And forgive me because I am a work from home mom. And being a work from home mom, one of the number one things that we do is we get the opportunity to work in our PJs. So just know that, I got my Wonder Woman PJs on from the bottom down. So, but hey, Aaron Parker, good to see you. Rock star, superstar. It was amazing spending the weekend with you and your phenomenal wife, Kathy. I see you, Christopher. Good to see you as well. Chris, thank you so much for the shout out on your Facebook Live. I just truly love your spirit. I love your heart. I love everything that you are doing in this company and the lives that you are changing. So Lakia Coleman, hello. Andrea Harbin, part of my team that was coming up out of the Atlanta area with us. So super excited. Christopher, I see you. Brandy, hello, hello, hello. So guys, listen, I want you to do me a favor and I want you to go ahead and click share on this video tonight. It's not a presentation, but what we're doing is, we're going to do a Q&A. I know there's a lot of people out there that are asking questions about Hempworx. Maybe you're even in Hempworx, My Daily Choice, or maybe you're even in another company and you maybe have some business questions about my company, my product, or maybe you even have some questions about how to build your business as well. And this Q&A is just definitely for everybody to sit there and ask some questions, make sure that they get some answers. Maybe they need some additional upline support from somebody that they don't have as an upline in their other company. And it's just a call to be able to go ahead and make sure that we get all those questions answered. So guys, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm fired up and jacked out of my mind, excited, coming up off of an amazing tour that we did with my company, Hempworx, in Atlanta, Georgia. And, it was always just so great being in Atlanta for this weekend. But what I will tell you guys is, honestly, events are going to do for your business what you can never do alone in your business. And, we had a great weekend at the Omni Center Hotel with Hempworx. We had close to 500 and some people in the room. And, what was so amazing was being able to hear leaders from all around the world literally sit down and tell you their stories about how they were able to get started in this business, how they were able to change lives in the business. And then we had some amazing testimonial panels. I got to connect with phenomenal people like Christopher Livingston, who, truly shared his story with me from a transparent heart. And, it was just nuggets from all around the world. And I remember seeing, or actually talking to one of my team members, Tina Harris Smith, after the event. And, we did something that we call like a meeting after the meeting. And guys, this is what I want to tell you is so powerful about getting to these meetings because, Tina had said that there were so many things that kept her from coming to the event. She was coming from Florida. She decided she didn't want to come. Her husband said, you know what? You're going anyways. You have a passion about this company. Even though you're new in the company, we're going to make the commute up to Atlanta, Georgia. And guys, when she left that event, she left the event in pure tears. But she left the event with nuggets and knowledge, knowing that, in building her business, she was trying to make it too complex when it was the basic things that were taking people to the next level. And then we had people such as Latanya, who was talking, and Nikisha, who was talking, who just really just listening to the people of Hempworx, the leadership of Hempworx, were able to have breakthroughs. I mean, they got phenomenal trainings from Aaron Parker, just talking about the company and how to build the business. And then Andre Popa was delivering some powerful mindset messages to people, teaching people how to believe again, how to be grateful again, how to build wish boards again. And this is a lot of stuff that is pertinent information and knowing what to do to take your business to the next level. So I'm actually going to bring this up on another screen so I can see everybody's questions. But, as we kick into doing this, and I'm going to wait for you guys to start popping in some of your questions. But one of the number one things that I want to tell you just from experience, and for those of you guys who are watching live, I want you to type in the word experience so you understand what I'm talking about. We're going to talk from the avenue of experience right now. In this industry of direct sales and network marketing, one of the numero uno things that I learned in this industry was the power of edification. And I want you guys to understand edification is key. They always say, you'll hear it, it's very cliche and you think it's cliche, but you'll hear people say facts tell and stories sell. What I realized is that a lot of people in this industry want to try to sell the product, but not sell the story first. See, what happens is most people are emotional purchasers and emotional buyers. And when you tap into their emotional side and let them hear a story that they can relate to, they're more open to hearing about your product or even your business opportunity. So, when we talk about the angle of experience, I want you guys to type in the comment section the word edification. Edification. This is going to be the number one thing that I'm going to talk about today before we even open up into questions. If you want to build a big, a powerful, and amazing business, it's going to come from learning how to edify other people in your company or even on your product. For instance, I had a conversation with my good friend, Mr. Aaron Parker, and we were talking about this was a few months back. We were talking about the power of his story. And I believe it was in Kansas we were doing this, in Wichita. I want to say it was Wichita. Maybe not. It might have been Anaheim. I'm not quite sure. But it was on one of our roadshow events. And I told Aaron, I said, Aaron, I said, I'm going to be very honest with you. I've been in the company for a very short time. And I said, I made a lot of money off of you. And he sat back and he said, Candace, well, what are you talking about? What do you mean you made a lot of money off of me? And I said, Aaron, one of the number one things that I learned from a mentor in this business is the power, Power, of edification. And I want you guys to pay close attention to what I say. Because a lot of the times when you're trying to talk to people about your business, your people want to hear powerful stories that can relate to them. So for instance, I recruit people off of stories. And I was able to relate to a lot of men in this business because I was able to tell the story of Aaron Parker. And what I would do is I would start the conversation off and I would say, John, you remind me so much of my friend Aaron Parker. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He's a husband and a father, has two beautiful girls out of West Palm Beach, Florida. And life right now is really good for him. But, only a year ago, life for Aaron Parker was so much different. He and his amazing wife, Kathy, were trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. Only a year ago, they were dealing with utilities being shut off, water being shut off. They were facing, bankruptcies and so forth to the point that Aaron couldn't find a job that was, supporting his family. So he decided to take a look at this company that I want to share with you today, John. And let me just tell you, when he took a look at this company in his first 6 months, because he had belief, because he had power, because he had a story, and because he was determined, just like you are, John, he was able to earn his first 6 figures in 6 months in this company. But now as he just crossed over his 1-year anniversary, John, he and his wife, Kathy, have earned over $300,000, sharing the benefits of this product to people all over the world. Let me tell you about the power of edification whenever it comes to a product testimony. How many of you guys are talking to people about the power of our product? Maybe it could be a symptom for military men who are getting out of the military and they're released from the military because they go through traumatic disorders. I would tell one of my friends, matter of fact, Robert Jones. And I would tell Robert, I'd say, Robert, you know what? You remind me so much of my friend Earl. Earl fought in the military. He's a veteran just like you. He did over 22 years in the military. And what hurt me is that he said yes to fight and stand up for our company or our country. And just about 2.5 years ago, they released him from the military because he was going through very dark moments and it was affecting what he could do in the military. And they were trying to treat him with so many different chemicals. But let me just tell you, this man was able to regain his life utilizing one of our products called CBD oil. All those dark moments that veterans go through, all the aching body feelings that they were going through, all the trauma that they had to experience. His life is completely different now because he's not using a prescription medication to be able to live a normal life. He's so excited because now he gets to enjoy his kids and his grandkids and not sit in the house trying to avoid people every single day. What about my friend, Chris, who had been having convulsions of his body for years, sometimes 2 and 3 times a week? Chris was able to start using our product called CBD oil, and he went 154 days clean of not having any tremors of the body. So you really have to start edifying stories because they say facts tell and stories sell. You could tell all the facts that you want about your product, about your company. You could talk about how we have an 85% payout rate on our compensation plan. That's fine and dandy. But what if you told the story about how Jenna Zweigel was a single mom, a military mom, who went into the military because she was broke. She used to sell insurance. She ended up having bankruptcy. She ended up having all of her bills cut off. She ended up going completely postponed broke. But she had some belief in herself. So about 5 years ago, she looked into this company called My Daily Choice, decided to become a part of it. And in her first week as a single mom was able to earn over $4,000. But it's not just that, Victoria. She reminds me so much of you because she had a fight. She kept going. She wanted to win. And let me just tell you, Victoria, last month alone, she was able to clear over $1 million in earnings through our company. And Victoria, you remind me so much of her. So if she can do it, I know you can do it too. But guys, there's power in telling the story. There's power in edification. I don't care how big or how small the story is. It's something that you must do to build your business is to edify. Edify your upline, your downline, your sideline, your below line. It doesn't matter. Edify somebody to be able to relate to somebody. So with that being said, edification is key. Edify those people, edify those stories, edify those leaders, edify those testimonies. Let me tell you about my good friend Mickey Lyles out of North Carolina. A woman who is just absolutely gorgeous, but just felt like she was not enough because every time she looked in the mirror, she saw some extra weight that she did not like. But I was able to introduce her to a product called Trim 365. And as she got introduced into Trim 365, let me tell you what happened with Mickey Lyles. She started to spray this spray in her mouth. It started cutting off her appetite, killing her cravings for carbs, sugar, sweet, and salties. And let me just tell you, she jumped out fine by summertime because she lost over 16 pounds in 14 days. That's edification. I could tell you all the facts about the product. I could tell you Trim 365 has Garcinia cambogia in it. I could tell you that it has the B6 and the B12. I could give you all the facts. But the story is what's going to sell your product. The story is going to allow people to see themselves doing that same business as you. So get used to telling stories. But not only that, you have to get used to promoting events. Guys, I had a mentor once tell me this. Listen, and I want you guys to pay close attention. I had a mentor tell me, and there's nothing wrong with being a teacher, being an educator. If you guys didn't know, my major in college was elementary education with a minor in child psychology. Let's just say I never finished, okay? But I had a mentor of mine tell me, Candace, do you want to get paid a teacher's salary? Or do you want to get paid a salary as a promoter like Don King? Who made the most money, a teacher or Don King? Well, I knew Don King made the most money. So it made sense to me. I said, I want to make Don King money. So she said to me, you got to learn how to promote the events. Guys, you have to talk to your team, talk to your guests about the power of getting into that room. Because what you'll realize is the person who puts the most eyes on information and the most butts in seats is going to win. And those events aren't just designed for people who want to hear about the business. Our Hempworx road shows are designed for people who want to simply hear about the products too. So why don't you become a heavy promoter of the events? We have St. Louis event coming up this weekend. Why don't you start reaching out to people that you know in St. Louis? Why don't you start finding people in St. Louis, maybe people you don't even know, and start to connect with them, start to build a relationship with them, but then edify your event, edify who's going to be there, edify who's going to be speaking. We know Aaron Parker is going to be speaking at that event. We know Andre Popa is going to be speaking at that event. What is so amazing about Andre Popa? Guys, for those of you guys who do not know the powerful story behind Andre Popa, a 100K affiliate going 250K affiliate, he and his amazing wife, Tammy, are in this company with their 2 phenomenal daughters. But let me just tell you, life for him did not look that grand. Did you know at the age of 9, he was brought over here from Romania? Do you know that his mom put them on a plane and said, I don't care, we are not going back. I don't care if we die on this plane. We're not going back to where we used to. So when they came over to the United States, they were broke, they were busted, they were disgusted, they were poor. Do you know that this man and his family had to dumpster dive from the grocery stores to clean up some food to be able to eat? But he knew that his life was not going to be that same way. So guess what? He decided to make a decision to go out and start winning, joined the industry of direct sales and network marketing, and has made well over 7 figures between him and his wife in this industry. How many people can relate to the story of being an immigrant into this country, starting off broke with nothing but a dream, and then being able to live that dream because of this industry of direct sales and network marketing? you've got to begin to start telling stories. So I'm going to go and see, did anybody drop any questions in here that I could start to answer? Let me see. Dominica said, I tell people how amazing I feel now without fibromyalgia pain after using the CBD oils. I'm a walking testimony. Absolutely love it. David Thurgood said, has anyone had responses from using Snipply yet? Would love to hear the feedback. Not sure if they, David, that was one of the trainings that I did with our private team. I haven't done that training publicly with Snipply, but I'm sure if somebody from our personal team, they can share that with you for sure. But I don't know if everybody else knows about that either. So we will find out. How do we order the oil? Marie, reach out to the person that you saw this video on, whether it was my page or whoever shared this with you. Get with them. Let them know that you want to place the order and be confident in knowing that our product does have a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Aaron says, sometimes I feel it's hard to stay compliant when sharing certain stories. Aaron, you can always remain compliant. What it is it's a play on words. You know, when we talk about the word depression, depression is simply a dark moment. When we talk about anxiety, it's anxiousness. When we talk about pain, it's discomfort. When we talk about like high blood pressure, it's elevated pressure issues. When we talk about diabetes, it's sweet blood. So it's just the play on words. You're not allowed to state the medical terminology for it, but you are allowed to play on the words. Hold on one second. I have to plug in my laptop before it goes dead. But you're allowed to play on the words. So Aaron, just, you know, what you do, Aaron, and this is what I did as well, was I started to focus on some of the testimonies and read up on some of the testimonies. And once I got accustomed to the actual story of that particular person, what I would do is I would start to go through and look at their story, evaluate their content, and then I would find their medical terminology and I would replace it with a code word. So, you know, a lot of people suffer from a condition called, come here, baby. A lot of people suffer from a condition called post-traumatic stress disorder. Well, hold on one second. What's up? You going to bed?
Yeah.
Give me a kiss. Say bye. Say good night to everybody.
Night.
But, you know, a lot of people suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. So it's the dark moments that come after a traumatic experience. I didn't say post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a dark moment that comes after a traumatic experience. So let me finish, Aaron, and I hope I was able to help you. If not, go ahead and comment. Let me know if you have anything else that needs to follow up with that. Absolutely, Chris. Time to become a storyteller. Facts tell and stories sell. April says, I'm slowly trying to gain confidence doing videos. I'm a little self-conscious, but I'm getting there. I would love advice, Miss Candace, if you get a chance to watch my most recent video. April, I would definitely go and watch it. My only advice to you is, even to this day, we had a conversation about this out in Atlanta, and they were like, man, Candace, when you hit the stage, you're just like a natural. And I'm like, boop, hold on a minute. Because every time I hit the stage, one of two things happen. My stomach starts to rumble, or I feel like I have to throw up. So you're always going to be nervous. I'm always nervous, even doing this Facebook Live right before we got started. That's why I was a few minutes late, because I felt like I had to run to the bathroom 15 times. But here's what I will say. April, and this is me talking to you, girlfriend. What's scarier? You going on Facebook Live and somebody telling you no, or you going through foreclosure? What's scarier? You going on Facebook Live to talk about your business or your product and somebody telling you no, or you going through a repossession? What's scarier? You going on Facebook Live to share some information and somebody telling you no, or you not having the ability to feed your kids? Because you see, in this industry, we get rewarded for being able to change lives. And social media allows you to be able to reach so many more people in such a short amount of time that it's worth taking the risk of somebody thinking that I'm crazy, for one, to either change a life, or two, to improve mine. And you know, that's exactly how you have to think about it. So what's scarier, going on Facebook Live? And it's easy to go Facebook Live now. And this is just being honest with you, April, because right now I'm looking at myself. So I'm having a conversation with myself. So it's almost like you're looking at yourself in the mirror in the bathroom every morning when you're brushing your teeth. Because every morning when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm sitting there staring at myself in the mirror. And I'm speaking my affirmations anyways. We will hear the voice of the Holy Spirit within. We will lead and not follow. We will create and not destroy. We are a force for good. We defy the odds. We set new standards. We are the head and not the tail. We are above and not beneath. We are loved by God. We are chosen by God. We are protected by God. No weapon formed against us shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against us in judgment shall be condemned. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm humble, I'm wealthy, I'm strong. I'll never be broke another day in my life again. I will live the fullness of life and all that God has for me. I will grow multiple teams of international business because I am Candace Nicole Byrd Davis. So I'm talking to myself in the mirror. You're talking to yourself right now on the Facebook Live. So that's the way I look at it. So let me keep scrolling here. Hey, Corleanne. I see you, girlfriend. Crystal said, I love the CBD infused coffee. It's the bomb. That's one of my favorites. Yes, girl. Yes. Hey, boo. Hey. Okay. Let's see. Erin said, I hadn't heard all those. Yes. So I just start making some of those up. Crystal said, my depression hit me hard yesterday and I grabbed my CBD oil and added a full doubler. After 15 minutes, I was feeling better, not claiming to cure or mitigate any diseases, but that is her real life testimony that she typed up. All right, so let's see. Chris said he's going to see the power couple in person. I love it. Erica said, I think you did a great job and it didn't show. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Right on. Okay, I'm trying to get to some questions. Let's see here. I always mess up on Facebook Live and get nervous and start stuttering and repeating myself. Chelsea, stuttering is great. Here's why. When you stutter, when you forget stuff, when you have to look off, when you have to think about it, that means you're real. Nobody wants to hear something that's scripted. You know, if you're talking from your heart, sometimes your mouth moves faster than your mind, or your mind moves faster than your mouth. So you're going to mess up. It's okay. Because you know what? As I sit here and I think, if I were the consumer, if I was the person who's purchasing your product, I would rather be given the information from somebody who is real than from somebody who as you could tell, the TSA checked my bag. So that's why this is on my desk. But I would rather have somebody have a real conversation with me than to be sitting here. To protect you and your fellow passengers, the Transportation Security Administration is required by law to inspect all the checked baggage. As part of this process, some of the bags are opened and physically inspected. Your bag was among those selected for physical. I would rather somebody talk to me than to sound like everything was scripted. So it's okay to stutter. It's okay to mess up. It means you're real, girl. And people love working with people who are transparent, people who are real. You know, own yourself, own you. You're a queen. Crush this stuff. And be okay with messing up. Nobody is perfect. Nobody. Let's see. Andrea Harbin said, I woke up in Atlanta Saturday morning with lower back pain and the relief cream took care of that. So love it. We don't claim to cure or mitigate any diseases. That's her testimony. Let's see. When someone has taken the tour and you're trying to close the deal, so to speak, what do you say? You know, to be honest with you, Denise, when somebody has already taken the tour, here's what I do. I pick up the phone and I call them. And it depends on how long they've been in the tour. And I look in my back office to see what the pre-enrollees look underneath them. And I'll call them up and I'll say, hey, Denise, it's Candace. How are you? Listen, you got a few minutes. I need you to do me a favor. Are you in front of your computer? Yep. Okay. I need you to log in. And I'll let them log in. And I'll say, once you get into that back office, you see the word genealogy up at the top. Click on that. And I'll wait. Denise will click on it. And I'll say, Denise, listen, I'm calling you because while you've been thinking about building this business, as I promised, we started building a team underneath you. Do you see that you already have 17 active affiliates that have been placed underneath your team? Now, listen, Denise, by Thursday at midnight, you're going to have to make a decision to upgrade, to secure those people on your team. If not, you're going to fall to the bottom of the list and I'll start building the team again. But I would much rather you secure those first 17 people on your team tonight. So what do you think about going ahead and upgrading to become the affiliate? What questions do you have that I can answer for you that'll help you getting started tonight? Let them see the work that you've done. If they log into their pre-enrollee account and they click on a genealogy, they're able to see every pre-enrollee, every upgrade. They're able to see everything back there. Go back and show them the work that your organization has been doing while they've been sitting on the fence. And let them make the decision to miss out on it. All right, so let's see. Christopher said, it is always amazing. Been to 3 road shows already. Christopher, you're going to get one of those Lifetime Achievement Awards. That's what I'm talking about. So I've been to Anaheim. I've been to Wichita. Let's put it this way. The only road show that I missed thus far was Las Vegas because my son had SATs that weekend, so I didn't get to go to Las Vegas. But I've been on every road show. I will not be in St. Louis this weekend with it being Mother's Day. So, of course, my kids want to pamper me this weekend. So I'm going to stay home and, allow them to sprinkle me with their love and goodness. So let's see. Let me keep scrolling. I'm going to find these questions here. Ginger says, you're my inspiration. Meeting you in Atlanta was the greatest. Thank you, Ginger. Meeting you in Atlanta was great as well. I look forward to seeing you. I'll be in Nashville, so hopefully I get to see you there. Let's see. I cannot wait to meet you in Orlando. Michelle, I will see you there. Let's see. May 19th, I will see you there. Yes, for those of you guys who do not know, we do have an event going on May 19th that is an event that I'm doing. It's not the road show, but I'm doing a Hempworx event May 19th in Orlando, Florida, May 18th in Jacksonville, Florida, and May 21st in Tampa, Florida. So if you want to get out to one of those events before the road show comes to Orlando next month, go ahead to my page, click in my images. You'll be able to see the details to those events that I personally will be doing myself in those areas. Gabriel said, we met you in Anaheim Roadshow and was sitting in the front row, $1 million seats. Absolutely. Andrea Harbin said, are there any events coming to South Carolina? If not, how close will an event be? Charlotte. Charlotte's on the map right now. So you definitely have a Charlotte one coming up. I believe Charlotte is July 13th, if I'm not mistaken. And then Baltimore is July 20th. Let's see. We're scrolling through. Can we offer a host Blah. See, who asked about doing Facebook Lives and stuttering? I just got tongue-tied. It's natural. Can we offer a host/hostess party with our products? Absolutely. We can kind of figure out how, but it would be a self-funded program. It's not through the corporate back office, but yeah, I'm sure you can probably do something like that. How often do you recommend doing lives? Aaron, honestly, on Facebook algorithm, Facebook would love for you to do a live every single day. It's going to boost your algorithm. It'll allow your following to go up very, very quickly. If you're one of those ones that, don't want to go live every day, at least go live once a week. And you could go live about different topics. You don't have to go live just to talk about your business. You could go live to share some motivation. Maybe you had been through a rough moment that day. Maybe you want to talk to people about, not living in your past and not allowing the tombstones to, taking those tombstones, those things that were meant to kill you and turn them into stepping stones. Maybe you want to give them a little motivation, a little inspiration, something like that. It doesn't always have to be business related, but Facebook your algorithm loves if you could go live daily. If not, at least do it once a week and remain consistent with it. Erica said, I also thought that I was doing wrong with all the lives. I'm taking communication now about public speaking. Helped me a lot to be comfortable with doing lives. Absolutely. Eden says, what if a friend said she'll buy from you, then she buys a bottle for $20, but still asks for the info on the sprays? Do you keep on or ignore her? She might be faking, right? I would still give her the information on the sprays, but, I would ask her, what prompted you to buy the $20 CBD oil? And I would ask her what the ingredients are in the product that, she purchased. And I would just kind of say, the reason why I wanted you to try our product is because we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. We only have 2 ingredients. So I wanted to make sure that one of my great friends was getting a great product as well. But, when you're done with that product, let me know what your experience is on it. And I'd still love for you to try our CBD oil. So never ignore them just because they didn't purchase from you. Because, there's a reason. They're going to come back to you for another reason as well, especially when you have a quality product. Robin says, I'm wanting to do a little event, but don't have enough product since I'm just building up. Any suggestions? A lot of my suggestions works like this. You don't necessarily have product to do an event or to do a presentation. Check with your upline, check with your sideline, find out if anybody has any empty bottles. I know I usually have a ton of empty product around because my family uses the product like it's water. So, you can always build displays with empty product bottles. Just reach out to somebody who, uses the product and see what you can get from them to fill your display for your presentation. Let's see. Are you coming to Charlotte? Jasmine, absolutely. I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina on July 13th. I will see you there with bells on. That's actually the return day for my family's vacation. So we're coming back one day early to attend that event. I will also be in Baltimore, Margaret. So yes. I was hoping to see you in St. Louis. I'm sorry, Boomer. Definitely, I wanted to be in St. Louis, but my kids are convincing me to stay home with them this weekend because they have a surprise for Mother's Day. So I'm going to stay home and see what the surprise is. How does someone promote up from builder up, and how does a person reactivate? Okay, so a person can simply reactivate by logging into their back office, clicking shop, and making a purchase that will reactivate their account. So all they have to do is click into their existing account, select shop, purchase some product. 40 volume point, 90 volume point, what have you, just to reactivate them. How does somebody promote up from builder? It'll give you the guidelines in the back office, but it's definitely building a team, or they can go in and purchase additional product as their PV number. So if they want to go from builder to director, all they need is 100 volume points of PV for the month, and they'll go up to director. If they want to be executive, all they need to do is place enough order to get 200 PV per month, and they'll automatically buy up to executive without having to build up to it. Let's see. Do we have a team event in Charlotte also? Andrea, I'm working on a team event in Charlotte, which we're expecting it to be, I believe, June 22nd, prior to the road show, just to build momentum for the road show as well. So we're working on that, just waiting to secure a hotel for that. Rico says, my testimony is pretty easy. Rico, I heard about, Judy shared this with me, so you're in my prayers, my love. My testimony is pretty easy. I'm alive because I was taking CBD oil prior to my 2 heart attacks. I had what is called a widowmaker. We know that CBD oil acts as an anti-inflammatory. I did have an 85% blockage, but I'm still here. I did have surgery, but I swear by it. Definitely keeping you in my prayers, my friend. Christopher says, without your level of influence, what tips would you give to promote local events with you as a speaker? So what tips would you give to promote local events with you as a speaker? I'm kind of confused. Are you talking about promoting an event that another leader is doing, or you starting to do your own events and starting to promote? So clarify that for me, Chris, so I can answer it. Let's see. We're going back through. Let's see. Planted the seed. It'll grow. Yay. Looking for empties, please. Hey, Fredra, I see ya. How do you convince the negative Nancy? Ginger, you're never going to convince a negative Nancy. I'm not in the business of convincing people. I'm in the business of educating people. But if I have to convince you that this product is for you, it's not worth it. So, what I do is I block all negativity. So if they end up being negative about what I'm doing or what I'm selling, I leave them alone, because eventually they're going to see me share enough stories or tell enough stories that it's going to relate to them, and their negativity is automatically going to disappear, because all of a sudden something's going to click and it's going to tell them that they need that product. So if you try to educate them and they come back being very negative about it, leave the negative person where they stand, because negativity is something that is meant to deter you from your destiny. So don't allow negativity to stop you. You have to do what I call Kim, keep it moving. So if they said something negative after you shared it with them, boom, close the chapter. Don't mention your product or your business to them again. Keep moving. Eventually, it's all going to come full circle to where they're going to hear something, see something, or remember something, and the first thing they're going to think about is you. So okay, that was the same one. I'm not, and again, you said, how do you convince them that CBD works? I don't convince them. To answer that again, and what I will do, Ginger, is I share a lot of value with them. So for instance, let's just say this particular person had an issue with PTSD. I'll go find a blog post. I'll go Google CBD oil and PTSD, and I'll send it to them. Because facts tell, stories sell. Everybody wants third-party documentation and validation. Most people don't believe what comes out of your mouth, but what they will believe is what comes out of somebody else's mouth. So I always allow third-party documentation to validate exactly what I said. Nancy says, I have an affiliate from Taiwan that wants to build the spray business. Do we have anyone that has a Taiwan team I can talk to? Nancy, I can check into that for you, girlfriend. So just message me in the team group, in the team chat, and just remind me to check into that for you. Jackie Kidwell says, I've heard that CBD oil still has a live THC level in it, which in my group, my counselor said it will show up on a drug screen. True or false? Jackie, the full spectrum does have a small trace of CBD in it. The isolate, the one with the white cap. Let me see if I have an isolate. Give me 1 second, Jackie. Oh, I thought I had one open. Oh, yeah, I have it open. Hold on. Okay, so Jackie, full spectrum, black cap. This is full spectrum, so it's going to give you CBD, CBG, CBN, the terpenes, all of that stuff. There's a small trace of THC in this bottle. But if you go with the white cap, this is full concentrate CBD only. So it's not, THC is not going to show up on a drug test in this bottle. It could potentially, and I haven't seen it yet, it could potentially show up in this one. Javon and I did CBD oil twice a day for 30 days, took a home screening drug test, and nothing came up on this one. But I can't guarantee that it's always going to happen. What I can say is if they're testing for THC and you're on the white cap, it will not show up on your drug test. Thanks for your motivation, beautiful. I'm the lady with the 4 girls and 4 boys you met in Atlanta. Hey, Amy, yes. I remember Chris was talking about he had 4 girls, and you said, well, how about having 4 girls and 4 boys? Chris, with yourself as a speaker, you edify your own story. And then you also have your team edify the stories. But it's not just that, you edify the products. So you're having an event, sharing the benefits or sharing how people, can capitalize on their health with cannabis and with their cannabis cousin of CBD, and share some of the stories that the product is helping people. You don't necessarily have to share your success. Share your stories about how that product is helping people, your customers per se, and get people intrigued off of that alone. I would love for you to come to Alabama. Hey, Peaches. Well, if there's an Alabama roadshow coming up, you will probably see me on it. Chelsea says, now I do have a question. I was talking to someone and they said creating a YouTube channel for this. Now, what are your thoughts? I mean, I have an Instagram page for my business and Facebook, but what about YouTube? Gonna be honest with you. Yes. Video marketing is definitely the wave of the future. Video marketing, most people sell a lot of product, recruit a lot of people because they do video marketing on Facebook. So absolutely, take the videos that you do on Facebook, download them, upload them to your YouTube channel, and start creating a content channel based on CBD, based on Hempworx, based on testimonies. But I absolutely love it. I'll tell you, in my prior company, that's what I focused primarily on was YouTube. And I did very, very well in that company. Ended up being a 7-figure earner in that company. And, that's going to be something that I eventually transition into with Hempworx, is putting a lot more content on YouTube. But because my team has been in a consistent launch phase, it's something that I haven't been able to be focusing on because it does take a lot of time. But and it doesn't give you, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not going to give you immediate results, Chelsea. But what happens is over time, your channel will start building momentum. So do not focus on YouTube if you're looking for an immediate result. It's not going to happen. YouTube is a platform that you build up your momentum over time. So if you want to start putting content out there to start creating the channel, yes, but don't do it as your sole focus to build the business because it will take a lot of time to start getting your leads off of YouTube with the right content and the right ranking of your video. Jennifer Fuller Scott says, I want to try this Wonder Oil finally. If it works, I think it will. I want to share it with my entire family. It will work. And we're so confident in our product that we offer a 60-day, 100% empty bottle guarantee. So it's not if it will work. It's how fast do you want to use the product to get your results so that it'll work for you. John Lewis said, would you come to a city and help launch the area like Louisiana? For you, my friend, anything. Yes, John, when you and your wife are ready to take the launch, I'll be ready to take the flight. So just give me a heads up. Let me know. Let's get it planned and let's get ready to go. Let's see. Alice. Hey, Alice. Alice says, hey, gorgeous. The team that is being built for a pre-enrollee, how does it help them if they come on board? Well, because our business is built off of a binary, 2 legs of business, a left leg and a right leg. Let's just say the right leg is the leg that is actually chugging along from all the pre-enrollees because everything from their upline can only fall in the 1 of 2 legs. So they have this leg built. The binary pays off the volume of the weakest leg, so they have to start building this leg. What if they overcompensate for this leg. So what happens is they end up getting paid on their weakest leg, which could be the leg that you're building, or it could be the leg that they're building. But what happens is eventually that volume is going to balance out their binary as they start building. So they're going to be able to collect a check off of that, because now what's happening is, because the check is based off of the 2 legs of business, you've already done half of the work for them. So they only have to do the other half. So that's how it benefits. So you're actually doing half of the work for them already. Let's see. Deborah says, a pain doctor told me to get the best CBD oil after 17 years of opioids. I've had a heart rate of the 40s and passing, shaking, and headaches. I ended up in the ER all the time. Hempworx CBD has my life back with hope now. I've been able to get off of all the medications for chronic pain, inflammation, along with anxiety. I feel so much better, with a huge change for the better. Oh, quality of life. I am one that sat in the front with Kevin at the Wichita show. Yes, Deborah, I remember you. That is so awesome and amazing. Again, we don't claim to cure or mitigate any diseases, but I'm just sharing with you what Deborah has written down as her testimony. And I celebrate you, my friend, because that testimony works very, very close to somebody near and dear to my heart. As you know, I've shared that before. David Thurgood, we got it because we saw you on YouTube. There you go. See, David got into Hempworx because he saw a video that I had done on YouTube. Him and his amazing wife, Janet Thurgood, are just doing some amazing things. And guys, I just tell you, she's just a true gem. Definitely knows all about the mind, the body, the spirit, and getting the wellness to work with the brain so that you can trigger your brain to tell your body that you're not hungry and that you're healthy. I mean, she's a straight beast with it. So absolutely love you guys. And thank you guys so much for what you do in this business. Let's see. I love this oil. Works for so many things. Thank you for all the golden nuggets tonight. You're welcome. And Amanda says, yes, YouTube is very hard to build without a following in any means. I agree. So yeah, it's definitely not a main focus, but definitely a focal point in the future for a lot of people. Robin says, a 60-day empty body money back guarantee. Can't go wrong with that. You sure can't. Sheila Tyus says, thank you so much, Coach Candace. You are the best. Absolutely. Thank you, my dear. I love you so much, girlfriend. Amy Warner says, what is your top advice for new affiliates to get started strong yet not burn out quick? What do you see as the most effective in marketing? Amy, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Just understand that the person who gets the most eyes on information or the most butts in seats to see the information is always going to win. Your focus should always be pre-enroll, getting people to pre-enroll into your system. Utilize the system. You know, what I've noticed is a lot of people who have a lack of success in the business is because they're trying to reinvent the wheel, creating, you know, different little systems, different little strategies and all that. And I'm going to be honest with you, the system works. Don't overcomplicate it. Stay consistent. Develop yourself what we call a DMO, a daily method of operation. If you're going to post on Facebook 3 times a day and message 20 people a day and you're going to answer your emails, put it all on a checklist. Don't go to bed until your checklist is done. See, because creating crazy cash is going to create, you have to create consistency to be able to do it. To be able to change and impact lives, it's going to be consistent. The number one tip that I can give you is, regardless of how crazy it looks, never stop. Don't stop, ever. Because what happens is, just like the story 3 feet from gold, you stop digging right before you're getting ready to hit the gold. But what happens is we start getting started in this business and things don't pop exactly how we projected them to be. But what you got to understand is it's a test for your testimony. So you got to keep pushing through that test. And I know it probably looks like a dark cloud and you're probably afraid to walk into the dark cloud, but I promise you, walk into the dark cloud and watch the sun rays after the end of it. So just keep going. Get yourself a DMO. Stay consistent. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. And that's what I noticed. A lot of people overcomplicate it. And when you overcomplicate it, that's when you start feeling like you're failing, or that's when you start doubting yourself. But keep it simple, keep it consistent, and just keep going. That's the number one thing that I can tell you. So, what is and the second part was, what do you see as the most effective in marketing? Social media. Social media is definitely the most effective way of marketing, but always remain consistent. Listen, guys, I'm going to give you one tip. Facebook has a thing called algorithm. Now, listen to me. Algorithm. I may not have 1 million followers, but I do understand Facebook algorithm. Do not post on your private or on your Facebook page more than 3 times a day. And if you're posting a fourth time, it better be a Facebook Live. Because I'm going to tell you, you should post it out unless you have already a built audience. But if you're just starting to build your audience, 3 posts a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. And do not, and I want somebody to comment, do not, because this is huge. Do not constantly post about your business. Because people want to join from people that they feel are real, people that they like, know, and trust. People don't want to come to your page and start scrolling and see business, 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 product, business, 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 product, business, 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 product. No. They want to see the real you. So maybe in the morning you put up a motivational post of you taking your kids to the bus and you talking about how you're excited about building this home-based business because this morning you didn't have to clock in at the job because you earned enough money on your home-based business to be able to take the day off. Maybe we start there. Then maybe for lunch, you talk about how, you're so excited because you started to make this big lunch. And you realize that you used your Trim 365 and it cut your appetite and it killed your cravings for carbs, sugar, sweet, and salties. But don't say Trim 365. What you say is, for lunch, guys, I'm so happy, but I'm so mad at the same time. I made myself this phenomenal lunch, got super excited, got ready to eat it. And guess what? I didn't have an appetite. I'm so excited that I found this new product that's going to help me, get fine by summertime. Oh, I just realized I lost 2 pounds in the last 2 days. Don't tell them what it is. Make them inbox you. They're going to say, wait a minute, Amy, what product are you using that cut your appetite, that didn't have you eating as much? What product are you using that you lost 2 pounds in 2 days? It's called attraction marketing. Because what you got to understand is curiosity kills the cat. How many times have you guys seen me put up a post and I'll talk about a product, but if you pay attention, I'm not sharing with you my label. I'll talk about it, especially on Instagram, but I'll never show my label. Why is that? Because if I show my label, you could go Google it. You could go find it from somebody else, somewhere else. If I talked about the product, I want you to inbox me to ask me about it. Curiosity kills the cat. Keep people curious about what this is and make them ask you. That's how you get them to be inquisitive about what you got. Because if you just said, oh, I was able to use this product, I was able to use this night cream that's starting to take my wrinkles away and starting to do this. Well, guess what? They go look up Hempworx Revive. They find somebody else's site. They find something else, whatever it may be. If you're promoting it, make them ask you about it. Hide the labels. Don't show the labels. Trim 365. You could talk about it. Man, I'm so excited that I found this stuff that was able to curb my appetite. I've lost, 2 pounds in 2 days. I'm super excited. I wish I would have found this stuff 2 years ago. Well, Gretchen, what's that stuff that you're talking about on your post, Gretchen, that helped you lose 2 pounds in 2 days? Hook, line, and sinker. A lead is in your inbox. A lead is in your inbox. All right, let me finish finding some more questions. Hey, Candace is going to be doing promotions in Tampa. Okay, I saw that. Yes, DMO works. Remember your why. Absolutely, Chris. Your why has to be powerful. And a lot of people, my team had a meeting after the meeting. And matter of fact, let me see if I could show it to you. We were talking about the why. And Antonina Griffin was talking about, why. And she's a 10K affiliate getting ready to go, 25K affiliate over here on my team. And we were talking about the why. And she said, what made her understand network marketing and why she needed network marketing is because at the time she was a single mom of 4 kids. And she realized that she was tired of digging in the couch cushions to be able to buy food. But watch her story.
Looking in the couch at her house, trying to find some change to feed her kids. Come on, sis. So I had to dig the sofa out so I can feed my kids. Until you're hungry, you're not going to win in this industry, period. We can tell you exactly how to go into the stores. We can tell you a script to make, but until you become passionate about this thing, like everybody I talk to, they feel the passion. I just met, what's your name, Marte? I just met him today through Rich. But I'm passionate. Did you not feel it? He ready for me to meet his whole wife. time she get off of work? When can we schedule? Because you got to be passionate. It got to go from your head to your heart. If you don't know what it's like.
But just to give you an example, her story was, she got into this industry because she was tired of digging in couch cushions to feed her kids. So she had a why. She had a reason. And each and every one of us got a reason of why we're doing this. But the question is, have you found it yet? Because, until you know why, the how to build this Hempworx business is not even going to matter. We could tell you a strategy 15 million times, but if you don't have a driving force behind why you need this business to work, you're going to find every reason to sit down, every reason to quit. But my why is one of them you just saw getting ready to go to bed. You know how they say, be careful when you quit because somebody is watching you? They're watching me. I never want to leave this earth and not leave something for my kids. I don't want to leave bills. I want to leave deeds. I want to leave properties. I don't want to just leave money. I want to leave tangible stuff for them. I don't want them to have to grow up. I was the girl who grew up a single mom who had 4 kids, worked 2 jobs and got public assistance, grew up in the projects. The same girl who said, I grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. I'm the same girl that was molested, who, statistically, I wasn't meant to do anything. I wasn't meant to achieve anything. I was the first one to graduate in my family in 20 years, 25 years. But because statistics were pointing against me that says this light-skinned girl from the projects who grew up on welfare is meant to stay on welfare, I was determined to break the generational curse. Yes, I did well in my professional career, and then I hit rock bottom. Went through 2 repossessions and a foreclosure. My why was because I never wanted to be able to tell my kids again that I don't even know if we have a place to live anymore because the sheriff's getting ready to come seize the property because I couldn't afford to pay the mortgage. Do you know what it's like to look your kids in the face and tell them that you're about to be homeless? Do you know what it's like to walk into the Dollar General and not even have $2 in change to buy your kids some silly putty? I never want to see the look on their face whenever moms and dads are supposed to give them everything, give them the world, and I couldn't do it. But network marketing allowed me to be able to do it. So until you know why you're building this business, why you need Hempworx to work, any strategy that your upline, sideline, downline gives you is not going to matter because you don't have a driving force packed behind which you need this to work for. Get you a driving force. Break the broke cycle. End the war on poverty, whatever it may be. Figure out why you want this to work. And then let that be your number one reason why you don't go to bed until your daily method of operation is done. Let that be your number one reason to why every single person that is within ear's length of you is going to hear about your company and hear about your product. Let that be your reason why. A lot of people say, Candace, why did you join Hempworx? And I shared my story and I was honest. Somebody that I loved the most was an addict, addicted to opiates. Came to my house a week before Thanksgiving. Fought with this addiction for over 15 years. In and out of 6 different rehabs. Whenever I asked this particular person, what made this treatment facility different than the other? All he could do is pull a bottle out of his pocket. And the bottle resembled this. That's why I said yes to Hempworx. That's why I said yes to My Daily Choice. That's why I said yes to Josh and Jenna. That's why I said yes to my phenomenal uplines, Robert and Terry Hollis. That's why. I had a driving force because I knew that I was going to impact some lives of people who have a dependency on a product. And in turn, because I was going to be able to share this product with those people, the legacy that I want to create for my kids would be birthed. And last month, I birthed 3J Marketing S Corp, set up the foundation, set up the legacy, set up the trust for everything because of this company. But that was only possible because I had a driving force. I knew that I was going to impact the world with this product. You have to be so confident in what you got and how you can deliver it. And I always say this, you got to engage in a vision. And one of my affirmations that I speak on a daily basis, and you guys can start speaking this yourself. I have engaged in a vision that is bigger than myself so that no one or nothing will get in the way of the legacies that I create. I've engaged in a vision that's bigger than myself so that no one or nothing will get in the way of the legacies that I will create for my team. I've engaged in a vision that is bigger than myself so that no one or nothing will get in the way of the legacies that I create. And when you engage in that vision of what you want, There's going to be something powerful that is going to literally make you feel like you had supernatural favor in your business, like you have blessings in abundance. Things start happening and you start questioning why it happened, but things start moving forward. Because have you ever heard, write the vision and make it plain? So I've engaged in a vision that I wrote down that is bigger than myself, so that no one or nothing will get in the way. Have you also heard the Bible say, where there is no vision, the people will perish? Well, if your business does not have a vision, then your business will perish. What is your business vision? Where do you see yourself? What do you want to accomplish? What's your driving force? What's your pushing force? I apologize. I know this was supposed to be a Q&A, but I'm going off on y'all right now. I'm going to give you a checkup from the neck up, punch you right in the throat right now. Let's see. Amen. Must have a why. Absolutely. Jesus testify. Absolutely, Erica. You got to have a test for the testimony, honey. Let's see. Gretchen says, yes, lead with passion and leave an inheritance for my children and grandchildren. Absolutely. Amen, Candace. We need to leave a future for our children and our kids. I'm telling you. Let's see. Love you, girl. I love you too. Deborah says, so sad. No, it's not sad. It's an amazing feeling for God to be able to use you. Yes, I have found my reason, my kids, my family, I will not lose. That's what I'm talking about. Break the cycle, Robin. I love it. Nicole said, so sad I missed you on stage in Atlanta. I only made it for the afternoon session. Heard you were amazing. Thank you, Nicole. I'm sure you'll catch us again. We'll run into each other again at the next road show. Let's see. I'm scrolling through. Love your heart, girl. I love you too. I will not lose. I love it. I'm looking for those that are looking for me. I refuse to lose. I was created for greatness. Nothing or no one will get in the way of the legacies I create. Donna says, tears of pure joy. You touch my heart every time I hear you. Thank you, Donna. Amanda says, hell yes, recovery life. That's what I'm talking about. I celebrate you, sister. I love it. People don't know how hard it is to love an addict or a recovering addict, but that's one of the hardest things to do as a wife, as a woman, as a mom, as a sister, as a cousin, as an auntie, as a nephew, is to love an addict. But definitely make sure that, this is something that's working toward that. I don't want to get emotional with it because I know that my addict is 194 days clean now. So I'm super excited about that. Gretchen said, I've engaged in a vision. I love it. No one or nothing will stand in my way. I love it, Robin. Okay, keep going to help others with the product and the business. I love it. Test for a testimony. Yes, Rebecca. Listen, I don't care what you've been through in the past. I've been through some stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been through some stuff. Listen, Antonina had told me one day, I said, I don't know why it feels like I'm always getting punched in the face. She said, that's because you're trying to fight a battle that's not yours. You're getting in the way of God and something else, and you're trying to get in the middle of that fight, so God's punching you in the face. And I had to sit back and I had to think about it. I don't care how much shit, and I've said it, shit that I've been through in my past. I had to understand that I had to take the tombstones that were designed to kill me and turn those into stepping stones. So everything that you go through is not meant for you. It's not for you. It's for somebody else. But you got to share your story with people to understand where you've been through or where you've come from. It's not all glitz and glory and glam and all the posh life. Everybody's been through some point of hell in your life, and what you've been through is to be able to pull somebody else through, to inspire, to impact, to motivate that next woman, that next man, that next queen, that next king, to let them know you're not the only one who's been through this, but I'm going to help you through this. Absolutely. The battle is not yours. But there's some things you got to go through. Why? Because it's giving you a test. And if you pass the test, you get the testimony. It's okay to dust yourself off, to get back up again. It's okay to fall down 8, but you better get up 9. I had a friend tell me, hey, it's okay to fall down. As long as I fall down on my back and I'm still looking up and breathing, I'm good. Everybody is going to fall down. The devil is going to attack. You're going to go through some stuff at some point in your life. And it's going to happen on multiple times. Have you ever realized when you made that decision to join Hempworx? Matter of fact, this month you may have made the decision to go to the next level. But I want you guys to understand, every level, there's a new devil. So know that when you make the decision, when you put it out in the atmosphere that you're going to hit that new rank of 5K, what happens is the devil is only going to attack what he doesn't like, and what he does know is going to happen. So you're going to get all these attacks, all these distractions that are going to try to deter you from your destiny, but you got to keep going, baby. They're meant to stop you. They're meant to see if you'll fail the test. It's meant to happen. But don't get mad because you start doing something and then all of a sudden it doesn't go as planned, so then you stop. Well, you gave up the battle. You didn't even go fight it. You got to keep going. Listen, one thing that I learned is this industry of direct sales and network marketing is a roller coaster ride. You're going to have your ups, your downs, and your way, way downs. But what happens is when you build your mind, you'll build your money, you'll build your business, you'll build your confidence. And what you have to focus on is building your mind. Grab yourself a self-development book. Get yourself, matter of fact, I'm going to show you this. Watch this. I'm a firm believer in self-development. I'm going to show you my Kindle where I read. Hold on, let me drop my Kindle. Watch this. I'm going to show you my Kindle. That's some of my Kindles. So I got like 40 books in there. But watch this. I'm going to show you my Audible. If you're not willing to build your mind, you're not going to build your money. Let's see. Here's one Kindle app or one Audible app. Watch this. Now, these are books that I've finished and I've removed them from my download. Now, this is one, and I'm going to show you because I want you to see this. Hold on. So you're going to see this is one email here, right? Now I'm going to log into my other Audible account because what happened was I had one Audible account, lost the login to it, couldn't figure out how to sign back into it. So I created another one and then ended up finding the original one. So that's one. I'm going to show you another one. I am a firm believer in mindset. And if you are not willing, and you know what, here's what I'm going to say. And this is just going to be me very transparent. And I'm going to throat punch somebody right now. So get ready. Hold your throat, hold your breath. I don't ever like to hear somebody say, well, I don't have time to listen to an Audible. Baby, have you ever heard of Drive Time University? Connect your Bluetooth with your Audible account, and while you're driving to go grocery shop and listen to the books. While you're going to pick up the kids, listen to the books. While you're cleaning the house, listen to the books. Now look, this is my other one. And as you see, these books are finished, which means, yes, I do listen to my books. Yes, I do finish them. A couple of them have been listened to many a times. Still scrolling. There we go. Drive Time University. Build your mind. Because I promise you, when you start doing self-development mindset, your business will have a shift that you never imagined would happen. You won't even understand what's happening in your business. You'll be seeing so much explosion in there. You'll be able to deal with the negative Nancy's, the Debbie Downers, all of them. And they won't even faze you. They won't even faze you. So let me go back to answering questions. Darcy says, how did you start? Did you start on social media, doing lives, posting in work from home groups? I got on this live late. I actually started with lives. I do post in groups, but I don't post in work from home mom groups. I share value in groups that benefit our products, or that have benefits from our products, such as MS, fibromyalgia, PTSDs. I find blog posts that relate to our product and their condition, and I share value. And then people will start to comment on that. And, I'll be in a couple different groups. I was telling Nikisha today, I said, it could be any group. I found that a lot of the work from home mom groups are saturated with other network marketers. But, people like to buy from and join from people who share value, people they like, people they know, people they trust. So, what if you were a knitter? You knitted and you found yourself a knitting group and you started building relationships in that knitting group, and you happen to find a blog post, happen to find one that talks about CBD oil and how it benefits people with joint discomforts. Maybe that where people have to get that surgery to help with the bending of their wrist. Maybe you found a blog post that talked about how CBD oil benefits those conditions and you shared it in your knitting group. Then the next thing you know, all these people in your knitting group who have those conditions with their wrists want information on CBD oil. So it's not always, boom, home-based business groups, work-from-home mom groups. No, because in most cases, those people in those groups are trying to get you in their business. They don't want to get in yours. Go find a group that is based off of a condition that our product can help them with. Because remember, in this business, in this industry, the person who solves the most problems makes the most money. So go out and become a problem solver. Write down a list of benefits of our product and go find groups that will help those people with their problem. And when you pair it with our product, you're going to make a profit. So the person who solves the most problems makes the most money. So what you do is you take our product, pair it with a problem, and you make a profit. That's what you do. Let's see. Margaret said, damn, Candace, you better say that. Has me over here shouting in this hospital. I'm sorry, I don't mean to have you shouting in the hospital. Let's see. John said, dang, my friend, I just preached that message. Your trial are not for you. Absolutely. And the blessings once you pass the test. Yes. New level, new devil. Absolutely, Erica. New level, new devil. I'm ready to jump up and scream and praise. Candace, y'all are so silly. Somebody passed the collection plate because we're having church up in here. Push that devil back. Listen, here's what I know. If the devil is attacking you, it's because he had a glimpse into your future and he don't like what he saw. Because he already saw the success. He already saw the 6 and 7 figures. So the reason why he's attacking you is because that is in your future and he wants to stop you from getting it. But as long as you see him, he can't stop you. Let him know, I see you. I see you, devil. So let's see. Giving up is not me. No, we're not allowed to give up. Quit what? You're going to quit? Huh? Quit what? I'll start giving you that crazy look. Quit what? Huh? What's quit? Build your mind so you build your money. Yes, here we go. Adrenaline on 10 and it's almost bedtime. I'm sorry. Yes, I did read your book, John. John said, did you read his book? I did read your book. I read it on the plane back home. Thank you so much. This training is powerful. Thank you. Aaron said, no excuses. Find YouTube videos too. Watch your YouTube, your Hempworx training. Absolutely. Listen, you can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both. You just got to decide. Do you want to sit here and make it? I'm going to keep it real. Throat punch. Do you want to make excuses or do you want to make money? Comment in the comment section. You can make excuses or you can make money, but I promise you, you can't make both. So you got to decide on tonight. It's 11:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got to decide within the next 45 minutes. Do you want to make excuses or do you want to make money? Because you cannot make both. She said, I want your Wonder Woman cup. Look, I got the Wonder Woman cup. I got the Wonder Woman PJs. I even got the Wonder Woman door hanger. You guys didn't know Wonder Woman's my alter ego. I got so much more Wonder Woman stuff over here. It's ridiculous. But yes, excuses or money, not both. Got to get it together. Clean it up. Clean it up. Ann said, I needed to hear this tonight. Thank you so much. You've blessed me tonight with your passion and wisdom. Thank you, Ann. April said, Danny Johnson has an awesome book right now for free. I love Danny Johnson. Nancy said, please screenshot your audibles and books. I definitely will, but I'll give you a rundown. Everybody keeps asking what books I have. Sell or Be Sold, Grant Cardone. Emotional Intelligence is Gene Graves. Motivation, Action, and Results by Big Al Schreiter. 10X Rule, Grant Cardone. 5 Levels of Leadership, John C. Maxwell. 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, John C. Maxwell. Big Al's MLM Sponsoring Magic by Big Al Schreiter. Becoming by Michelle Obama. Big Al Schreiter's How to Build Your Network Marketing Business. Big Al Schreiter, How to Build Your Network Marketing Business in 15 Minutes a Day. Mark Yarnell, Your First Year in Network Marketing, The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, The 1 Minute Presentation by Big Al Schreider, Abundance Now by Lisa Nichols, The Leadership Playbook by Nathan Jamil, Quantum Leaps by Gloria Mayfield Banks, Blessed in the Darkness, Joel Osteen, Soar by T.D. Jakes, Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers, Think Better, Live Better by Joel Osteen, Developing the Leader Within You by John C. Maxwell, Outperform the Norm by Scott Willett, Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk, Fresh Start by Joel Osteen, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, Failing Forward, John C. Maxwell, Leadership Handbook, John C. Maxwell, Power Over the Enemy, Joel Osteen, Change is Good by Mac Anderson, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson, Beyond Talent by John C. Maxwell, How to Become Filthy Stinking Rich by Mark Yarnell, Destiny by T.D. Jakes, 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader by John C. Maxwell, The Power of I Am by Joel Osteen, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Riaz, Becoming a Better You by Joel Osteen, Living in Favor by Joel Osteen, It's Your Time by Joel Osteen, Never Eat Alone, Good, Better, Blessed by Joel Osteen, You Can, You Will by Joel Osteen, The Breakout by Joel Osteen. As you can tell, I love Joel Osteen and T.D. Jakes. The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, Napoleon Hill. And I have How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And those are all in my Audibles. My Kindle is a little bit more versed. So my Kindle has all of the assignment books by Mike Murdoch. The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. The Moses Code, The Love Dare, Leadership in the 1 Minute Manager, The Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich with the Study Guide, The Law of Recognition, 30 Days to a Stronger, More Confident You, Developing the Leader Within, T.D. Jakes' Instinct, John C. Maxwell's 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, Mike Murdoch's The Secret of the Journey, Mike Murdoch, 31 Scriptures Every Leader Should Memorize, Mike Murdoch, The Uncommon Leader, Mike Murdoch, The Assignment, Dream and Destiny, The Power of Broke by Damon John, The Secret of the Richest Man Who Ever Lived by Mike Murdoch, The 7 Laws You Must Honor to Have Uncommon Success by Mike Murdoch, 5 Levels of Leadership by John C. Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell, Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. I could keep going. Gotta look, Javon's looking at me like, huh? And then look, I have, hold on. I have a lot of papers too. Hold on. I'm going to show you something. These are my new purchases. Okay. My new purchases. John C. Maxwell's Leadership. Start with Why. Find Your Why. This one is Leaders Eat Last, and the 4 Disciplines of Execution. Leaders are readers. Okay, that's enough with that. Let me just keep going. So, all right. I'm assuming there's no more questions because I bored you guys out completely. Because I see we've lost like 30 some viewers. So, oh well, they weren't interested in mindset training. I'm cool with that. Doesn't matter. Build your mind so you can build your money. Who wrote Leaders Eat Last? That is Simon Sinek. Simonsinek. Simon Sinek. And that just talks about putting your team first and different ways to put your team first to help them achieve their goals. So definitely an important book to read as you're building a team. Also, another good book to read is Who Moved My Cheese? It's a good leadership book to read as well. So awesome and amazing. Let me see if there's any other questions that came up here real quick before I let y'all go. All right. I think that might be it. Yes, Elena, the video will stay on my page, babe. I won't delete it. You're welcome, Chris. You're welcome, Elena. Yes, Rico, those are some great books. I love you too, Donna. All right. So listen, guys. It's 11:20. We've been sitting here chilling for the last hour and a half, just having some real talk conversation. So let's see. Hold on. I see some comments. Kayla, I was wondering what the Who Moved My Cheese was about. So I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but what I will tell you, Kayla, it's a very short read, but a very, very good read. Who moved my cheese? And it'll have you like side-eyeing a couple things. Janet said, what would you say is the number one most important DMO that you do daily? My most important DMO is creating conversations. I make sure that I have a minimum of 20 new conversations a day, using social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, something. Because, in this business, it's about relationships and it's about exposing people to you, your company, or your product. So, the number one DMO is conversation. Because if you don't ask, you don't get. If you don't talk to anybody, nobody knows what you have. And in order to be able to expose people to your product or the business, you got to have a relationship with them first. So I make sure that I have 20 conversations, new conversations per day, just to make sure that I expand my reach in regards to the company. So that's definitely one of my number one DMOs. And I speak my affirmations every day. So speak my affirmations and make sure I reach out to my people. So I do my gratitude statements. So gratitude, thankfulness. And then whenever it comes to the work, because I do my belief and then I do my work, because we know faith without work is dead. So I have my faith, and then the work is I make sure absolutely that I do my 20 conversations. Now you don't have to do 20. I do 20, just because I want to reach a broader amount of people. But even if you did 5, start somewhere. If you're not having any conversations, 2 conversations is good. But, just focus on having conversations, and whatever number you pick a consistent number that you could stick with. If it's 5 a day, keep 5 a day. If it's 10 a day, do 10 a day. Whatever it is, whatever number you choose, stay consistent with it. Chris said, thanks for the fire. Always worth it till the end. Absolutely. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for your wise words. You're so welcome. All right, let me scroll and see. You guys are so very welcome. Let's see. What's your in-person conversation starter typically? Honestly, that's a good question, Amanda. My in-person conversation starter is always my clothes. If I'm going out, I don't care if I'm running errands. I don't care if I'm going to Walmart and have pajamas from the waist down and a t-shirt, up here. No, I'm just playing. But it's always the clothes. I always wear something that specifically says I'm in the cannabis business. I always wear something that is Hempworx or industry branded. What I noticed is anytime that you have that big leaf on your shirt, you always get some stares, looks, and people will say, hey, I like your shirt. We were at Starbucks the other day and the girl couldn't say anything. But when the guy handed me my drink, the girl who took my order, he said she wrote a note on the cup, and I flipped the cup over. And she said, I absolutely love your shirt. That rocks. All I had on was the Hempworx hoodie. So I walked over to her and I gave her a business card, and I let her know. I said, we are constantly looking for hemp reps in the area. We're expanding into this area, and I would love to be able to show you how, you can build a business on a part-time basis, sharing some of the amazing benefits of our product. So clothing is what really opens the conversation for me. And honestly, because of the clothing that I wear, I don't have to create too many conversations on my own. That's just being honest, because the clothes is just like, whoa, what is that? And it kind of makes them ask you, or you could catch them staring for a while. So you kind of like get to open up the conversation. Can you do this like every few weeks or more? LOL. Aaron, actually, I was trying to put it on schedule to do it every Monday, once a week. And I kind of got off track with my travel schedule, but I promise you I'll try to do it once a week. You're the one that I learned to write my I am statements from. I love it, Kayla. Thank you. Not bored at all. Thank you for keeping it real. Throat punch. I use the relief cream. It's feeling a bit better. I love it, Cynthia. Listen, my brows look rough, so these can't even be a starter conversation, but yours are always on point, girlfriend. Are those combos with your warm market, or are you doing cold market conversations? Boomer, I do a lot of cold market conversations. What I realize is your warm market can be so cold. A lot of the times, and I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I'll be the first one to say, a lot of people say reach out to your warm market first. Absolutely not, I don't. Because here's why. My warm market has watched me be in this industry for 4 years. My warm market has watched me earn well over a 7-figure income. And they're still complacent. They still like working 70, 80 hours a week. Still like being told what to do. So my focus is more cold market. I like to have conversations with people who know nothing of my success, because then it doesn't scare them, because they don't think, oh, she's a 7-figure earner, I don't want to have a conversation with her. No, I like cold market. They don't know who I am. I can say what I want, share with them the business. In most cases, I may never see them again. So this is why, like, you should not be scared marketing your cold market, because in most cases, you may never see those people again. So if they tell you no, so what? It's not like you're going to bump into them in the grocery line again. And if you do, it'll be a rare occasion. Your warm market can be so cold, but your cold market can be very warm. I promise you that. So, okay. My $100 Amazon card is going to shirts. I love it. Where can we get that logo from our shirts from Atlanta, Building My Empire? I made that logo, Camila. Let's see. I'm catching your live for the first time. May I ask what's a good but about building business, or do you have one? I don't think I understood your question, Marquita. May I ask what's a good but about building? Okay, type it back in there, Marquita, and let me see if I can catch it again. How can we purchase shirts? Vanessa, if you go into your back office and you click on tools, you can purchase shirts right there through your back office with Hempworx as well. Absolutely, Kayla. You can't help people who aren't ready to be helped. Has anyone experienced relief from Shorman's disease? Asking for a friend who I hope will jump on the CBD wagon if the relief is in sight. Not sure what that is, Monica. Nancy said, I love my cold market. I'm making new friends. Nancy, and you're doing phenomenal in this business. Nancy is one of my dynamite up-and-coming leaders out on the West Coast, and she's really like kicking butt right now. All right. So with that being said, guys, it looks like I'm going to get ready and hop off of here. I don't see too many more questions, but I did spend an hour and a half live with you guys on the Monday Night Mastermind. So listen, do me a favor. If I shared with you guys some great content, you guys feel that you got something out of this, comment and let me know in the comment section. But most importantly, click share. Share it with your team. Tag some of your team in it. If there was something that they needed to hear, tag them in it. Share it with them. Share it to your group, whatever it may be. What I understand is this. It's nice for you to plug in to win, but make sure your team plugs in to win too. So if it's something that was dropped in here that you feel they'll benefit from it, tag them in it or share it so that they can hear the information too. Marquita, I'm not sure about building a credit business. What's a good book to buy for that? If your credit business is in network marketing, I would recommend My First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell. Or I would recommend Grant Cardone's Sell or Be Sold, which just pretty much, with credit business, you have to sell that business as well. So it just talks about alleviating yourself from the fear of selling, because if you're married, you sold yourself to your husband. If you're employed, you sold yourself to your employer. So it just helps you understand sell or be sold. Pretty much sell yourself just like you do every single day. And a lot of people say that they're afraid to sell the product. They sell themselves every single day, to their employer, to their spouse, different little things. They make commitments every day, the parking spot, the clothes that they put on, but they don't want to commit to their business. So Sell or Be Sold is a great book to read as well. Let's see here. All right, y'all. So listen, I'm out of here. I love you guys so much. I look forward to seeing you guys at the top. Thanks for spending the last hour and a half with me. I hope I was able to impart some wisdom, some inspiration, some motivation. Definitely make sure you share this with your teams. And like I said, if you caught a nugget tonight, or maybe not a nugget, maybe I threw the whole darn chicken at you. So whether you caught the nugget or you caught the chicken, comment in the comment section and let me know. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Love you guys. Have a blessed and amazing night, my friends. Goodbye.